Yay! Hello, everyone in Japan. My name is Rachael O'Brien. For what reason would you listen to me? That's where we'll start. So, for what reason would you listen to me? I'm an Irish girl, grew up Irish Catholic, a lot of programming, a lot of judgment, and I would say 8 years ago in 2012, I hit a place where I no longer wanted to be alive and on this earth. I had two of my children were in behavioral problems, one with bulimia, which is making yourself sick, the other with anger. I had suffered a lot of abuse as a child and really didn't know how to deal with the world, didn't know how to deal with being a mother, didn't know how to deal with being a wife, didn't know how to deal with generating money. And genuinely, I wasn't in the equation of my life. So 8 years later, using the beautiful, phenomenal tools of Access Consciousness, I have discovered that there is a deep sense of joy, just like the cherry blossoms, within me, that I am connected to a joy of space that is inside me. Nothing outside of me could have given me this. Nothing. This had to be accessed inside of me. And I know that it is there for everyone. And I encourage you to have a look at what you really would like to have as your life and living. And the other thing that I would encourage you to look at is every problem in your life is just a point of view. I have transformed my relationships. I had a lot of toxic relationships where I was in other people's reality and giving people what they wanted with no regard for what I required. I did that with money. I had a toxic relationship with money. I would make lots of money and then throw it away because I couldn't receive. And I did this as a mother. I had so much judgment about how wrong and bad I was for my children, and they deserved something way greater. So I had a lot of points of views about what I could not have and what I didn't deserve. And it is an absolute pleasure today to share with you that I hated myself. I I absolutely hated myself. And none of that was mine, because that actually, I wasn't in the equation of my life at all. I was living from someone else's point of view. So today, please, if you have any questions, Yoko Barlow, who has been a huge contribution to Japan to get a different possibility of kindness and caring into the world, a world where we actually care for each other, where we support each other, a world where we can trust that we're provided for and that we will be gifted to, a world where when we see the beauty in nature, we see that beauty in us, and a world where we can trust that we are part of a consciousness that can be trusted. And the biggest thing that I see with people is lack of support, lack of care, and that lack of connection. And what has money got to do with that? Everything and nothing. So if you are unwilling to care for you, if you're unwilling to value you, if you are judging you horrendously based on other people's programs of guilt and need, all addiction is based on need and the compulsion to need stuff. As infinite beings, we don't need anything. We have choice, but we haven't been given that as a reality. So energetically, I'll talk about the access clearance statement because I get that we all talk about it in a different way. They're a part of your life, and go to the accessclearingstatement.com, and Yoko and Takako, who has offered her time, she's not getting paid for this, she is contributing to getting the tools into Japan so that people can have a different reality and unlock points of views that you've trapped. So what we're offering with this clearing process is a tool that you use to change the energy of a point of view. So for me, for years, I went to therapy and I would talk about people's behaviors and how they affected my life, but the behaviors towards myself didn't change. And then I came to Access and I realized that all these behaviors were energetic. They were energetic behaviors. And when we run the clearing statement, good, bad, right, wrong, pod and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds, we are clearing energetic, solidified points of views that you have locked into your body and your life and locked into unchanging situations. And for me, there were situations that I couldn't change, genuinely couldn't change in my life. I had no clue how I was going to change them. And by the time I came to Access, I thought that I would never be able to change them. And sure, I asked a lot of questions, and these questions are designed so that you can get energetics of situations. What do I mean by that is the 4 questions we use in Access is, what is this? In other words, what's the source of creating this? Okay, what's the source of creating this? This is a behavior that diminishes me and makes me feel like rubbish. Okay, it's a destructive behavior. Destroy and uncreate all that and all the thoughts, ideas, beliefs, and emotions that you made after that destructive behavior that you inherited from someone else. Okay, because children don't come in with destructive behaviors. Okay, we pick them up from our cultures, we pick them up from the people around us, and one of the most aggressive diminishing behaviors to us is the behavior of judgment and continuously judging yourself based on other people's points of views. So when we're destroying and uncreating all these stuck energies, all these barriers, all these limitations, when we get rid of that energy out of our lives, which is what I've been doing and being for the last 8 years, a new door, in fact, not one door opens, but hundreds, hundreds of doors open with new possibilities for you. And you have got to be willing to go, yes, I'm not holding this behavior in place. This is not fun for me. This is not a contribution to me. This is not, I would not to live like this anymore. So from that place, can we destroy and uncreate everything that we have projected at us, expected of us, everywhere we've separated because I didn't deliver what was projected and expected of me, and then I separate from myself, which leads to judgment. So we call these PES juniors: projections, expectations, separations, judgments, and rejections of yourself. And these can be quite harsh. We can do this with money. I'm not good enough because I haven't got this amount of money. We can do this with, I cannot have a life of ease and peace and receiving. And this is any area of our life. What we're looking here to create is to take you out of difficult and hard and fixed points of views and allow you to open the door to having something we call ease, support, providing, and gifting and receiving. Any questions? And we can take questions from anywhere. So before we start, we're going to gift you with a process today called the Access Energy Pull. And the Access Energy Pull is, if you listen back to what I said about the clearing statement, it is really your life is created on the energy that you be in every moment. Now, if the energy that I was being with myself was judgment and rejection and separation, I have no communion whatsoever with a universe that is willing to gift to me, that is willing to provide for me, that is willing to care for me. So what these energy ball exercises start and ignite is a process that you can be and do every morning when you wake up. You can do it anytime during the day, where you can start to access a reality beyond this reality, a reality where you don't have to win, lose, benefit, and fit. And we're entrained continuously into loss. And when we're choosing loss, we're not choosing consciousness, because what we're looking to have more of here is the awareness that you as a being are abundant, that there is no lack. And when we start to look at our points of views and our destructive points of views, and those points of views have an energy, and when we bring them to consciousness as the source by which we create our lives, then all our barriers, our stuck energies and the limitations melt and something different becomes available. And that's the energy pull. Okay, so we're going to start with this, and you can use, these are called the I Ams, and they're from a beautiful book called the How to Become Money Workbook. And I am power, unlimited, exuberant, glorious, magnificent energy. And you may not believe that's true today. There is no diminishment of self in consciousness. There is no diminishment of self in energy. So you can just start running this. I am power, unlimited, exuberant, glorious, magnificent energy. I am power. I don't believe I'm power. I don't believe that I'm that great. Okay, would you be willing to have a different point of view? Would you be willing to have a different point of view about you? So we start by destroying and uncreating everything you've decided that you are. We destroy and uncreate everything you've decided that you are with money, with your family, with business, and everything that you're not. And that's where we start these energy pulls. So what if creation is about choice? You are the source of creation. What would you like to choose as your life and your living? Creation is about hearing the whispers, and it's a continuous creation, and it's a continuous unfolding of your life and living. So creation is about living in the question. Okay, so we will give you a series of questions in these energy pulls, and then these questions will lead you to get an awareness of what you don't want in your life and what you would really love to have in your life and your living, as your financial reality, as the people around you. Okay, so now get the energy of what you would truly like to create. And what are the priorities? For me, my 3 children are a very big priority in my life. What I can contribute to them, how I can provide for them, how I can care for them, and how I can allow them to trust that they are okay. And now bring that energy to you. That's a priority for me as well, you know, of relaxing into the stress is not your reality. Stress is a fixed point of view that you are not provided for, that you are not cared for. So we do these energies of frack, which is any insanities that we've bought as real and true. We deliver that energy so consciousness can seep through all the insanities we've bought as ours. So get the energy of stepping into this constant communion with the earth, with like a pink lily or a big leaf or a white rose, and allow your body to sink down in beautifully and deep into our beautiful, magnificent, magical, supportive, generative planet. And then get the energy that's generative. What does generative mean? I promise you, no matter where you are in your life today, you can start fresh. If I could start, anyone can start. Okay? So if I was in the equation of my life, what would I choose? What are the infinite possibilities? Get the energy of the way it would be to have your life and living be everything you've always hoped and knew it could be as a little child When you looked up into the sky are the stars that are billions and billions of years old. You are older than the wind. Your security is in the being that you are. How many lifetimes have you lived? And now get the energy of knowing that you can ask for anything. So for me, I didn't grow up around people that would give me what I would like to have in my life. So it was a big shift to be able to ask. I had lost my voice to be able to ask for what I would like to have. That was a big deal. Can I ask for this? Oh, you can't ask for that. You're okay. That's enough. Don't ask for any more. You're greedy. Push all of that out of your energy ball and get a big, huge golden energy ball right now. And get that energy of a universe that you can trust, that is willing to gift you everything that you ask for. And what are you not asking for that if you would ask for it would allow you to create it and receive it? And get that generative energy. What can I do? What can I be today that would allow everything that I'm asking for to show up with ease and joy and glory? Now push down your barriers. Barriers are the limitations, they are defenses, they are stuck energy. Okay? And barriers are limitations in our head. And if we're willing to destroy them and push those barriers down and allow that energy to dissipate out of your universe. So all the barriers that you have bought from your culture, from your school, push those defenses down and allow the universe to come in. Melt those walls and barriers with the being that you have. And science tells us as beings, when we look at the molecules, we change those molecules by virtue of observation. We have an amazing energy that is a contribution and a catalyst to changing the way something looks in our life and something functions. So right now, would you be willing to recognize that you have that level of I am power, unlimited, exuberant, glorious, magnificent energy? But I don't think I have. Pod and pock. That's a destructive point of view. And that destructive point of view, that decision to choose that destructive point of view will lead to thoughts, ideas, beliefs, and emotions that you cannot have and you don't deserve. You are an infinite being supported by an infinite universe with billions of soldiers of consciousness that are willing to go and create on your request. You script to them what you would like to have as your life and living, and they go off working on your behalf. We require to recognize that we have that level of power, and then how do we use it? Because we haven't been shown how to harvest our ability to create. A lot of us have misidentified that. For me, I thought that it was dangerous. No, your potency is a gift to this planet. This planet asked you to be here. You came here for a reason. What did you come here for? All of us here on this planet will determine what is and what will be on this planet. We are the source for what catalyzes the molecular structure of things. Anytime you go into wrongness, you reject your capacity and your ability to create change. And here is your beautiful question: what change is available here? That will create the movement in the nucleus of the molecules. You activate the catalyzing effect that you can be in the world. You are the catalyst for a different possibility. Are you willing to be that with the choices that you make? Now get the energy of the people that you would like to have in your life. For me, this is a big one. Yoko and Takako, honoring the greatness that we be for each other. And all of us on the Zoom, I will see the greatness in you. I will be greater today than I was yesterday. I will step away from all my destructive behaviors and my judgments of myself and I will step into the connection and caring that is available for me in this universe. Now get the energy of people who care for you. They don't judge you. They don't want anything from you. They are just grateful for the being that you be. That has been the greatest energy for the transformation of my daily living, having people around me who support me, who can be trusted. Honor, trust, vulnerability. People that have judgments of themselves and they go, hey, this doesn't work anymore, or they have behaviors that they don't want to function from anymore. True vulnerability is having no walls and barriers and no shame. Hey, this is something that I'm doing. It's not who I be. I'm going to go beyond it. Have allowance for anything that you are doing in your life that is not in the vibration and energetics of consciousness. And you can go, here, consciousness, I'm not going to hide this anymore. I'm not going to go to shame. I am going to allow this to be in the energy of ease, joy, and glory. And I'll get the energy of consciousness, which receives everything and judges nothing. I'm not going to judge you. I'm here for you. I'm not going to judge you. I am here for you. And every time you judge yourself, you create a separation from that energy of caring, of nurturing, of gifting. Getting the energy of having a job that would inspire you. That when you're lying in bed in the morning, you're like, oh my goodness me, I'm going to talk to people in Japan today. Wow.
So Rachel, can I ask a question?
Sure.
So when I was listening to you, it brings back to when I was in Japan. I was not sure who I was. I don't know what to do. I don't know actually why I came here for. Listening to you was really sort of amazed me because you are amazing now. I couldn't even imagine that you went through whole hard time. So how did you sort of start? Like, how did you start and what question is empowering you? And can you share with us?
Absolutely. The place that I started was I firstly got my bars run, access bars. You put hands on your head. The purpose of access bars is to allow you to have the peace and tranquility of your body that you truly be. And it allows you to dissipate any electrical system and electrical magnetic vibrations, which are adrenal overload, stress, loss, lack. So start there, start getting your bars run. And then the first thing that I did, I got painted. I got a beautiful friend of mine who was an artist to write all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. And I did it 100 times a day. And I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I would say all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. I don't believe this is true. Have you seen my mother? Have you seen my job? Have you seen how difficult my kids are? Have you seen this guy that I have to work with that's really mean? All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. And then I found this energy ball in a class that I'd done, and it said the energy ball is you can use it in the morning. It gets you present with your life so you can create a life that allows you to be joyous to be alive. I did not have joy when I was alive at that stage. I was just surviving, getting up in the morning, getting my kids to school, getting work, paying my mortgage, paying my bills. Okay. I started those three things, got my bars run. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory, but I'm so stressed. Rachel, be willing to receive that there's a universe here that is willing to contribute to you. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. My life started getting better. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. I started to become more present with my choices. Am I in the equation of my life? No, I'm choosing for everyone else. Okay, cool. What would make my life worth something to me? What would be fun for me right now? And what would expand my life? And then I would go see a friend, have a cup of coffee, have my bars run, and my life would be like, woohoo, you know? And the more I started sharing the access tools, and this is where in the How to Become Money workbook, we talk about I am creativity is the vision of your life. So I became really clear very earlier on that I would like to live a life, because I was a drama queen, a total and utter drama queen, stressed about everything, reactive to everything. I was like a dog who was kicked. I was scared all the time. When I started using the bars, these energies started to fall away. The adrenal overload wasn't there anymore, and the peace and the tranquility became more. So what I would say is the ease became for 5 minutes and 10 minutes, and then the ease became for an hour. Might have 20 hours of the other stuff. Then the ease came for 3 hours, and the ease came for 5 hours. And the ease became more, and the drama and the stress became less. And the ease started to grow and grow and grow and grow until that became mostly where I live now. Okay, so when you're doing your energy draws, you're bringing in that energy of ease. When you wake up first thing in the morning, we talk about like you're establishing your connection, your communion with consciousness. You are making that the dominant energy in your life, peace and tranquility. And the more that you are present with that energy, you build your presence. It's not a discipline, it's a presence that you build, and the more that will show up for you. And you can ask, hey, if I was to have ease, joy, and glory with this, what would it look like? One of my favorite questions. What can I do? What can I be that would allow my family life to be ease, joy, and glory? What can I do? What can I be that would allow my financial reality to be ease, joy, and glory? What can I do? What can I be that would allow being a mom ease, joy, and glory? What can I do? What can I be that would allow working in my business be ease, joy, and glory? And then you pull those energies in. And that became the vision of my life. And then my work became the expression of the vision. What would I like to see in my world? I would love everyone to know that they can have peace and tranquility. Because for me, I didn't know how to handle what I was aware of. I found it really difficult and overwhelming. Then I got this space and I was able to handle everything. Everyone in the world deserves to know that they can have anything that they ask for, and that there is a magnanimous universe, a banquet waiting to gift to you. Okay, so ask for this energy of what job can I have that would allow me to have and be more ease, joy, and glory? What do you love to do? Okay, so bring that energy of ease into your life, into your family, into your financials, into your business, and then you ask the universe, show me. Universe, show me I can have ease with my job. Universe, I am programmed to believe life is difficult. Show me I can have ease with money. And then because it starts to show up, you start to get really excited and you're like, wow, oh my goodness me. And then you begin to recognize that you are part of this universe that can be trusted. And the big tool for me, any thought, any idea, any belief, any emotion that comes in for me in any moment of any day, truth is this mine. Go out 100,000 miles in all directions. If you live in a big city like Tokyo, go out 300,000 miles in all directions. So you will not be the effect of the traffic of the thoughts. There's a big traffic system out there and it's based on stress and difficulty. Go out 300,000 miles in all directions and tap down into the energy of the earth and the oceans. So you will not be the effect of other people's points of views, other people's judgments and other people's stresses. And tap into the earth. Okay, you are going to allow the universe to let this show up. This is where we stop controlling, we stop being the effect of, we stop controlling our lives, and we allow the universe to show us that it has our back, that we can be supported, that we, in ways that we don't even know that we could, that we can receive contribution, that we can be gifted to. Okay, so now get the energy of your whole life being like this. And now you're going to pull energy from the energetic universe. Science tells us everything is energy. You're going to pull in the energy of ease, joy, and glory from all over the universe. More and more and more and more and more. And let trickles go down to everyone who is going to help to support you. Someone in Australia, someone in California, someone in Vancouver, your friend next door, your neighbor might offer to gift to you today to make your life more ease. And now get that energy of communion and caring and connection. And any of the impossibilities that you've bought is real and true. Just pot and pock them. And now get the energy of creating with the whole universe. And maybe take some time tonight and look up at the stars, if you can see the stars, and allow them to deliver that energy of caring and nurturing. We have an ability called transformation. It is the ability to change anything from what it is into something different and something greater. You would not be listening to this energy pull if you did not know that something greater was available. You have abilities, you have capacities, you have presence, which is your natural ability to transform a molecule to look and feel greater. That is you. I am presence. I am potency is the ability to change anything. I am power is the unlimited energies that you be. I am creativity is the vision of your life and what you would like to have as the world. I am awareness is that taking full responsibility that I am the creator of my life and everything in my life is shown up exactly as I see it. What point of view is creating this? And I am control, which is the energy that I will allow the universe to give to me. And drop your barriers. Push your barriers down. And here's a little gift. Lovely, beautiful Irish song we'll finish with. Takako will have fun with this. So here you are, Japan, your little gift from the Irish girl. Okay. So this is what I do when it pushes my barriers. I pull one of my favorite songs and I become aware that I have a barrier, a defense system in place, and it melts it all away. So open your borders and let me in. I want to be there when your walls come crumbling. Open your borders, just give the orders and open your borders and let me in. Are you willing to let the universe in? Are you willing to drop your defense mechanisms and your barriers and allow something greater into your life, your living, your financial reality, your job, and your heart?
That's so beautiful, Rachel. Thank you so much.
I hope this contributes, whether you're finding this today or in 20 years from now, or maybe 100 years from now when I'm no longer in this body on the earth, and wherever you are. What legacy can we leave for our families? And for me, I would like my children to have a legacy that they can relax into a universe that can be trusted. What legacy are we leaving for the people in our world? And what legacy are we leaving with our planet? What is and what will be as a result of our choices. Are we willing to take ownership that we are the leaders of the future? And are we willing to create a world that invites us to be alive? How's it getting any better? Any questions before we finish? How's Takako, our beauty? She is so gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're so welcome.
I like it. I mean, I told you before the call, I perceive how much you perceive, and I was like, become dizzy.
And if you become dizzy after doing, you're so welcome. If you become dizzy after doing these pulls, Dizziness is basically the solidified points of views, any fixed points of views dissipating out of your world. So if you become dizzy, just sit down, have a glass of water, and know that the barriers and the walls that are separating you from receiving greater are falling away so that the universe can come in and gift to you. Okay, cool. And if you guys are interested, we are doing a call on X-Men Access in the sense of peace that you truly be, and we would love to have you with us.
When is that, Rachel?
Oh, Liz, help!
Is it 9th of September?
It is
And similar time as now, I
9th
think,
of
in
September.
Japanese time. Yes.
9th of September, we will address, there is an influx of what we call X-Men, particularly Japan, China, and these are people who have massive abilities to sense energy, and often they're diagnosed as OCD, ADHD, one of my ones, autism, Asperger's, and they have been labelled as a disability. I was labelled disabilities instead of abilities that people do not understand, so they look to label it so they can fit into their normal world. And these are beautiful energies that have come into our world to create a different future. And if they are nurtured so that people begin to recognize their strength, it will create a different future for everyone who has these. I deal with a lot of these kids and a lot of adults that have been written off due to their different functionality, and their different functionality is a gift and a presence and a massive ability to create transformation in our world. Cool. How does it get any better than this? What are the infinite possibilities for our world? What are the infinite possibilities for your life, your living, your financial reality, your work? What's the infinite possibilities for Japan? And what energy, space, consciousness, choice, magical, miraculous, mysterious possibilities can us and our bodies truly be to be the consciousness and the wealth of consciousness on this planet with ease and joy and glory. Woohoo! Beautiful. Thanks for having me on, Takako and Yoko, and thanks to Japan for receiving the Irish girl. How does it get any better than this?
Thank you so much, Rachel.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Thanks for being in my world.